Airspace above the nation's capital and the area surrounding Washington, D.C. is the most restricted in the United States. The U.S. Coast Guard is responsible for intercepting any potential threats that may appear in the sky. Only on CBS This Morning, we spent an afternoon riding with the unit that responds at a moment's notice to protect the D.C. airspace. Jeff Pegues is at a Coast Guard hangar at Reagan National Airport. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning. We are live on the tarmac here at Reagan National Airport. This is home to the Coast Guard's Blackjack unit, and that is one of the H-65 Dolphin helicopters that they use to patrol the skies, especially if they see that an unidentified aircraft has pierced Washington's restricted airspace. That siren is the U.S. Coast Guard's call to action. These helicopter crews have a matter of minutes to get into the air and intercept a plane that has breached restricted airspace over Washington, D.C.
It could be anything. We want to get in the air as quickly as we can to determine if it is a threat.
Commander Zachary Matthews says on average his unit chases an aircraft a few times a week. What is the most challenging part of the job?
You're scrambling out of here to fly directly at an aircraft, to intercept them, sometimes in the dark.
There are two restricted flight zones around D.C., a 30-mile radius and then a severely restricted 15-mile ring encircling the White House. Any aircraft in this area must be known to and communicating with air traffic control. If not, Coast Guard crews are scrambled to challenge the plane and force it out of the airspace.
I got something off the nose, finger above the horizon.
Roger.
We flew on a training mission just south of Washington. Our target, a plane deemed a possible threat. Out the window, you can see the plane that the Coast Guard is about to intercept. Right now, it is flying in restricted airspace. This is the most restricted airspace anywhere in the country.
Aircraft flying over the power plant. This is the United States Coast Guard.
A Coast Guard helicopter drops down within feet of the plane and flashes warning signs, all to get the pilot's attention. The Coast Guard crew reports what it sees to North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD. In this case, the training aircraft complied.
Let's go ahead and terminate the run.
What is the most challenging aspect of what you're trying to do up here?
The air intercept mission is very challenging. There's a lot of communications. There's a very short time frame in which a lot of stuff happens.
In 1994, before the flight restrictions were put in place, a man piloting a stolen plane crashed on the south lawn of the White House. Then, on 9/11, terrorists crashed a 757 into the Pentagon. It forced U.S. officials to reimagine how to protect Washington from airborne threats. Those plans were again put to the test in 2015 when a man landed a gyrocopter on the Capitol Hill lawn. U.S. officials acknowledged failures in that case, and the Coast Guard admits that their job in the skies relies on its airmen and women being able to adjust. What is the most important attribute that you look for?
Agility, to be nimble. You never know what you're going to see once you get airborne.
This is the United States Coast Guard helicopter. Off your left wing, you have entered a restricted airspace.
The helicopters are not armed, so if directions aren't followed, NORAD could scramble Air Force jets to neutralize a threat. It is one scenario that they haven't seen yet, but that's what they train for.
We have to bring our A game. We have to be 100% ready at all times. And the men and women of this unit, I can tell you, are always ready.
And drones have become the latest potential threat that the Coast Guard and its helicopters have to factor into their flight plans. And because drone technology is still evolving, the Coast Guard has to learn and evolve to counter that threat. Norah.
Wow, incredible view there, Jeff. Thank you so much. And Gayle, you talk about the drones.
I'm so worried about the drones. You don't want to call it into existence, but I really do feel it's an accident waiting to happen. And it scares me when you're around, certainly helicopters, airplanes. I'm very worried about it. But I love Jeff's piece. It just shows all the preparation that goes. Imagine having a job where you have to be 100% ready at all times.
Yeah, Coast Guard, they do amazing work, amazing work.
They do.